Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you to NJ and Africa Energy Chamber for always ensuring exploration is highlighted throughout their agenda. On behalf of EnerGeo Alliance, which is the trade association for the global exploration and energy geoscience industry, and our chairman, Andrea Lavatini, who sends his regrets he cannot be here today, I'm pleased to talk to you about unlocking Africa's energy revolution. So the need for exploration is becoming abundantly clear. We see this not only with IEA reversing course just a couple weeks ago and saying the investment and industry need to now sprint just to keep at the standing still, as they predict that unless there is an influx of new exploration investment, we will lose the equivalent of Brazil and Norway's production year on year in the face of growing need for supply and increasing demand for energy. By 2050, the world population is expected to exceed well beyond 9 billion, and total energy use is expected to increase by 34%. It's clear that not only all sources of energy are needed, but we must find, locate, and produce sustainably more natural gas and more production. And our hope is that a large portion of that comes from Africa. What energy abundance means in Africa is also a humanitarian need, not just one of energy demand and energy supply. 600 million, we've heard this number a lot already in this conference, currently lack access to electricity across Africa. More concerningly, for me, 900,000 lack access to clean sources of cooking, including natural gas or LPG. Instead, they are forced to cook over animal dung, charcoal, and kerosene, which directly causes 600,000 premature deaths in women and children alone in Africa every year. Africa is currently 17% of the global population, but it is predicted to be 25% in just 15 years. Currently, Africa's oil and gas capex is expected to reach approximately $43 billion US dollars in 2025, rising to $54 billion by 2030. It indicates expanding investment, driving energy infrastructure, and economic growth. Exploration spending will increase and grow rapidly with supportive policy and regulatory structures. And it has been over $6 billion in 2024, last year, with dozens of new licensing rounds across Nigeria, Angola, Tanzania, Libya, Mauritania. Exploration spending surpasses $6 billion and reflects increased resource discovery activity across multiple African nations, positioning this continent as a key energy frontier to meet your own domestic energy needs as well as global energy demand. EnerGeo is specifically focused on South Africa right now, educating policymakers and communities on the critical role of geoscience and exploration in making energy possible. We are proud to partner with Africa Energy Chamber in this endeavor. We also, just yesterday, released an economic analysis reporting on South Africa's emerging upstream oil and gas industry. The findings of this economic study underscore the critical importance of regulatory and legislative efficiencies that must happen soon in order to enable and fully harness the energy potential of South Africa. Such reforms are fundamental to advancing economic development, enhancing quality of life, and expanding equitable access to energy. Continuing, we also are advocating for certainty and removing confusion from the current regulatory and permitting process. The uncertainties and ambiguities in current consultation and regulatory permits are being exploited to halt exploration. More certainty and efficiency in the permitting process will decrease risks for exploration activities. While the increasing demand for energy leaves little room to argue exploration is not an imperative, where the global industry invests will be influenced by where it can access geoscience data throughout the life of a project, where there are good fiscals, but increasingly of critical importance, where there are supportive regulatory and policy structures. Long-term stability is required to attract and maintain the investment of the exploration industry.